This is CBS LA Mornings.
The candidates vying to be California's next governor traded barbs and spoke about their plans for the state's future last night.
The debate, moderated by CBS California and our Pat Harvey, pitted the candidates against each other on major issues facing us all. The 6 Democrats and 2 Republicans spent 90 minutes giving their solutions. The #1 issue for voters in an exclusive CBS News poll was affordability, especially in the state. That was a thorough line for almost every topic brought before the candidates.
We need to work to shorten and reduce the cost of permitting.
One of the biggest reasons we're not growing jobs is we don't have anywhere for workers to live.
I bought a home at 25 years old. Young people like the young people here at Pomona College can't do that anymore.
$3 gas cut your electric bills in half.
Those who say they're going to cut the gas tax have to also say what they're going to replace it with.
Mail-in ballots going out to voters next week, and the primary is on June 2nd. Joining us now to discuss the debate is political strategist Matt Klink. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get your immediate reaction to the debate. We'll discuss specific candidates in a little bit, but in your opinion, do we have some winners here?
I think that the right way to frame it, you're right, is some winners. I think that some candidates helped themselves. For example, Javier Becerra certainly did. I think Steve Hilton did. I think Mayor Mahan from San Jose did. And I think that's, Tony Thurmond as well, but nobody knew who he was beforehand. I think that some candidates didn't. And I think that Chad Bianco was one. I don't think Tom Steyer did himself any favors last night. And some candidates were just frankly forgotten, like Katie Porter. I think Antonio Villaraigosa too. His problem was that he just had the wrong draw for where he was positioned on stage.
Matt, let's go back to Tony Thurmond you were just speaking about. Yeah, many feel he really stood out last night. But does it matter really where he sits in the polls because he's not at the top right now?
No, he has 1% in the polls. So even if he were to triple his support, again, he's not going to resonate. He doesn't have the money to hop up on television for paid advertising, which is really what it takes to win in a state like California. So he distinguished himself in part because what he said, not many voters had heard it.
So Javier Becerra, who we were talking about, I feel like he had some clippable moments for social media, right? But does this matter, or how does social media right now play into campaigns?
It absolutely matters because the most important number in all the public opinion polling are the number of undecided voters. And what those and who those voters are, they're probably young Democrats. That's where you reach these voters, is on social media. So when he said to Steve Hilton that Trump's your daddy, and when he said that we don't need a Fox News talking head telling us how to run the state of California or how government works, those are things that are going to get clipped and shared, and they will amplify support. So I would say he's probably pretty pleased with himself.
Okay. I think so. That's what a lot of us were talking about this morning. So I agree. Okay, so Matt, other than the folks we just talked about, did anyone else stand out to you? And a lot of people wondering, when will he have numbers to see maybe some changes in the polls?
I think you're going to have to wait a couple days to see the results of this debate factoring into it. Look, it was kind of a food fight just because there were 8 candidates on stage and the answers at 45 seconds. You really didn't get candidates off of their talking points. But I like the dialogue between the candidates. That's where I think it gets interesting, and that's where you see what people really stand for. So, look, the top candidates, I think, are going to stay at the top. Katie Porter is likely to continue to drop. She's just kind of evaporated. And I think that San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan, again, so much promise, but he got in so late that I don't think he can overcome the distance between the top 3 or 4 candidates of, Steve Hilton, Tom Steyer, and Javier Becerra.
Well, ballots go out in 4 days. I mean, the clock is ticking here. You had a lot of undecided voters that we've been talking about. Do you think anyone will be swayed by this debate, or what's it going to take? Is it going to take other Democrats to drop out? Like, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, I don't know if there's one moment where these undecided voters are going to say, this is it. This did it for me. I think most of the people who have made up their minds are going to cast their ballot for their candidate. I think that those few undecideds I don't know if they have a scale for when the timing is right, but they will be forced to make a decision. And rest assured that every campaign is looking at who those voters are and how they can reach them through multiple ways, through whether it's through television, through social media, through street, hitting them at their door. So they're going to be pulling out all the stops because again, with this large of a field, you only need to generate about 20 to 22% to reach that November runoff election.
Wow, it's been a weird race, and here we go.
All right, Matt Klink,
Put
as
on your
always.
seatbelt. It's going to get weirder.
We're strapped in.
Bumpy
Thank
ride.
you. All right, as always, thank you so much, Matt Klink.